Steve Rosenbaum. Welcome to SteveGarfield.tv on the Pulse Network.
Running a television production company in New York on September 11th, and I made a film that has been around for now 10 years. It was called 7 Days in September, and I gathered a lot of video. I curated, before that word was being used, a very large collection of video. And after a couple of years, I thought, you know what? I'm done with this. Like, this story is way too emotional for me, and I'm too close to it. I live on the west side of New York, and so I was pretty sure that I wasn't going to do anything 9/11 related again. And as the site started to get cleaned up and they began early construction in 2005, I just felt this pull to go down there and look and bring a video camera and take some pictures. And so I ended up making a relationship with the people who are building the memorial and museum, and I've been there now for 5 years, almost 6 years. And with a team of videographers and photographers have gathered together all this material. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of hours of video and 22,000 stills, like a very big collection of the story of the construction of the memorial. So about a year ago, this is the thing that's so interesting. I went out thinking, I'm going to write a book. And I approached publishers, and they said, well, we don't do photo books anymore because nobody buys them. So this would have to be a narrative book, and I wasn't really ready to write 300 pages about the memorial. So I couldn't do a photo book. I couldn't do a narrative book. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll make it a film. But it's not ready to be a film yet either. And so what I realized was I wanted it to be all three of those things. I wanted to have text and video and stills. And I'm like, okay, well, what platform can I imagine that would work on? Well, the answer is it's this one. And so I went out looking for an example of what an app might look like that would read like a book but feel like a photo gallery and have videos in it. And what I found was, at that point, this now being almost a year ago, nothing existed. And so I decided to build it. And so it is now built. And it is not yet live. Before people race off to download it, it will go live on September 1st. It's been approved by Apple. The app's ready to go. We don't want to have it out too far before the anniversary. I decided that actually when it launches on September 1st, it's going to be free. And it'll be free up through September 11th. So my feeling is, and there's a reason why I think the format of an app book is kind of powerful here, which is, if you talk to 5 people about what's happening at the World Trade Center, 5 people will tell you 5 different things about what interests them. Some people will say, oh, the day of 9/11, I never want to see that video again as long as I live. I've seen too much. It's too painful. Please don't show it. But I am interested in what they're building. So can you show me that? Other people will say, what I really want to see is that old historic video of the towers being built in the 670s. And so the thing about having an interface that people control is that they can actually literally kind of go to the chapters that interest them and steer themselves away from the material that's just too painful or too difficult.
Thank you so much for joining me here on SteveGarfield.tv. It was great talking with you, really.
I'm glad to be part of the Week of Steve.